aim of this practical is to find out thermal conductivity of insulating powder by cylindrical method. Before doing practical, let's understand some concept of some theory which is related to this practical. We all know that thermal conductivity of a material is a measure of ability to conduct the heat. So it is a property of material which shows that how better a material can conduct the heat from the environment and within the system. It is generally denoted by K. Thermal conductivity is one of the thermophysical properties. It is going to describe the ease of with which we can transfer the heat from one point to the another point. Higher the thermal conductivity, faster the heat is going to transfer between the 2 points. So it is necessary to determine thermal conductivity of material which we are going to use in our applications. So in this practical we are going to use a cylindrical method to find out thermal conductivity of two insulating powder. One is a POP powder and second one is the sawdust. So let's understand how this practical works and how we can find out unknown thermal conductivity of any material which can be converted into the powder form. Here for our practical we have taken two insulating powder. One is a POP powder and the second one is a sawdust. So this is our practical setup for the find out of the thermal conductivity of insulating powder. Here as you can see that this is a concentric cylinders. There is a arrangement of ammeter which shows the flow of current from the heater. This is a voltmeter which shows the amount of voltage which you have taken as an input. This is a dimmer by using which you can increase or decrease the value of voltage. This is on-off switch and this is a temperature indicator which shows the temperature readings of the thermocouple which you have attached at different surface of the cylinder. So this is a concentric cylinder. Inside this cylinder this kind of arrangement is provided. There is a 3 concentric cylinder. Here as you can see this is the innermost cylinder in which heater is provided. Then there is a second cylinder. At the gap between these two cylinders is filled by the sawdust. As you can see there is a gap between inner cylinder and the middle cylinder, and in that gap we have filled the sawdust. Then there is a gap between outermost cylinder and the middle cylinder. In that gap we have filled the POP powder. There is a 6th thermocouple attached in this system. First and second thermocouple is attached to the innermost cylinder. Third and fourth thermocouple is attached to the middle cylinder. And 5 and 6 thermocouple is attached to the outermost cylinder. So with the help of this thermocouple, we are going to get the temperature of inner cylinder, middle cylinder and the outer cylinder. So let's take one reading of this practical. So our first step is to start the setup by using on-off switch. This is our voltmeter. This is dimmer. By using dimmer you can provide input voltage. Suppose I am setting voltage value as a 70. So here you can see according to the voltage the amount of current as you see in ammeter will flow from the heater which is inside the innermost cylinder. This is temperature indicator which shows the temperatures of all the 6 channels. You can check the temperature of any channel by using these temperature indicators. Right now channel 1, this is your channel 2, this is channel 3, this is channel 4, channel 5 and channel 6. Right now all the channels are at nearly same temperature because we have just given heat by the heater. Now we have to wait for the system to reach its steady state so that the value of temperature will not change with respect to time. After the steady state reach, you can take the readings of all the 6 temperatures. Now as you can see, the temperatures are not going to change with the time, so that steady state has been reached. So you can take the temperatures readings of all the 6 channels. Channel 3 as 103, channel 4 again 105, channel 5 shows 51, channel 6 shows 53. So these are the readings of all the channels. Let's do calculation as per our practical readings. So from the practical reading, we have voltage 70. As per this voltage, our current is 1.33 ampere, which is flowing through heater. Value of T1 and T2 from the temperature indicator, which is 213 and 209. Value of T3 and T4, 104 and 105. Value of T5 and T6, which is 51 and 53. Remember, these temperatures readings are taken after the system has reached the steady state, so that the temperature is not more function of time for the voltage of 70. So these are the correct reading of all the temperature. Now from this T1 and T2, we can easily get the surface temperature of the innermost cylinder by T1 plus T2 divided by 2, so that Ti is equal to 211. By value of T3 and T4, we can get the surface temperature of the middle cylinder, which is T3 plus T4 divided by 2, so that the 104.5, which is our Tm. By using value of T5 and T6, we can get the surface temperature of the outermost cylinder, which is T5 plus T6 divided by 2, which is TO, temperature of outermost cylinder, which is 52. Now there are some fixed parameter like radius of the inner cylinder, which is R1, which is 29 mm, radius of the middle cylinder, which is 58 mm, so that R2, and radius of the outermost cylinder, which is R3, which is 110 mm, and the length of this all cylinders are taken as 1 meter. Now from our theory, we know that if we want to find out the heat transfer rate whenever there is a heat conduction in a radial direction in a cylinder, then we can easily find out by using equation Q is equal to delta T upon ln R2 by R1 upon 2 pi KL. So by using that concept, by using that equations which we have derived in our theory, we can easily find out the unknown thermal conductivity of POP powder as well as sawdust. As we know that POP powder is between the middle cylinder and outer cylinder, so we can use this equation that K is equal to Q into ln R3 by R2, because the radius of the outermost cylinder is R3 and the innermost cylinder is R2, so it will travel from R2 to R3 upon 2 pi L, the temperature difference between the middle cylinder and the outer cylinder, which is Tm minus Tu. Similarly, we know that the sawdust is between the innermost cylinder and the middle cylinder, so we are going to use R3 and R2 as well as temperature of Ti and Tm. So by putting all the values in both equation, we will get the unknown thermal conductivity of POP powder, which is 0.180 watt per meter degree Celsius, as well as conductivity of sawdust, which is 0.096 watt per meter degree Celsius. Now let's take one more reading. If we set voltage value as a 60, according to voltage, the current of 1.21 ampere will flow from this heater. After system reach to the steady state, we will get T1, T2 as 177 and 174, T3, T4 as 87 and 88, T5, T6 as 44 and 45. Repeating same calculation, we will get the temperature of inner cylinder as 175.5, temperature of middle cylinder as 87.5 and temperature of outer cylinder as 44.5. We know the fixed value of fixed parameter like R1, R2, R3 and the length. We know these equations. By putting all the values in both equation, we will get conductivity of POP powder as 0.172 and conductivity of sawdust as 0.091. Now let's understand what is the conclusion and what we have learned and what are the outcomes of this practical. So first conclusion is that from the result we can say that both the powder POP powder as well as sawdust have very low thermal conductivity. As you can see, the value of this conductivity of POP, which is 0.172, and conductivity of sawdust 0.091, which is very less value. So this both are the insulating material. With the help of this method, you can find out thermal conductivity of any material which is in the form of powder. Practical values of conductivity of sawdust and POP powder are 0.091 and 0.172 as per our practical, which is nearly to the theoretical values, which are 0.08 as well as 0.111. So after understanding of this practical, if we have any new material, or we can have, if we have hybrid material which we have made by combination of more than one material, and if we want to find out the thermal conductivity of that material, then we can use this method to find out thermal conductivity of that unknown material, or we can say that the new material which can be converted into the powder form. So this is the outcome of this practical.